get a song out of this?
We broke a string. This is cool. Ooh. See, in a real band, they'd have another guitar.
Is
that they
there
just
another guitar
swoop right up here?
Joke, Mark. Time for some banjo jokes.
No. Excuse me. Hey, what happens when your banjo player falls off a 40-story building? What? Who cares? What happens when your banjo player is stumbling around on stage? Reload! Reload! So this, we are Sinister Dane and the Kickapoo Disco Cosmonauts, and we usually don't break strings, and we don't have roadies or groupies to bring us extra stuff. What we like to do is we like to take songs that sometimes are popular, sometimes they're not, and we rewrite them to be somewhat poignant, somewhat funny and silly, because you know what? None of us have all of the solutions to everything, but by doing what we do, by being certified organic farmers, we're doing something right, okay? Now, how many of you guys have ever gone 36 miles an hour in a 30-mile-an-hour zone? We got somebody admitted. All right. Now, that sounds a little bit silly. Why on earth would he be talking about 36 in a 30-mile-an-hour zone unless he was stalling before his guitar player could get a string on? Human beings have had intimate relationships, wow, that was the wrong word to use, with animals. No, we've had symbiotic relationships with animals. There we go. That's a much better word. For a long time. And one of the things, one of the animals that human beings have had symbiotic relationships with are cattle, bovines. How many of you folks out here raise cattle? Hey, we got a bunch of cattle folks out here. There's been archaeological records. I actually have in my guitar case, or banjo case actually, is a copy of Archaeology Today. Really, I really do. I'm one of those. But human beings have been on record have milked cows for about 12 to 13,000 years. 12 to 13,000 years. Isn't that amazing? She thinks he's been milking cows for 13,000 years, and it's only been what, 10? And isn't it interesting that for 12,000 years, human beings haven't had refrigeration, and yet somehow it didn't kill us all, and somehow it gave us the extra fats, conjugated linoleic acid to grow these great big huge brains like, well, like leaves. Ice cream? And what about ice cream? Actually, the world without ice cream. Come on, yeah, he's almost in tune. So tonight, what we do every year is we come up with some kind of new, interesting song that's poignant and relevant to an issue of the day. And so we're going to do two new songs tonight that no one has ever heard before in public, except for these two people sitting down the front row who were here while we practiced. How many of you are familiar with John Mayall? All right, we're going to play a John Mayall tune. How many of you are familiar with the White Stripes? We're going to play some White Stripes. You ever heard Bluegrass White Stripes? If you haven't heard Bluegrass White Stripes, woohoo! Yeah, they stole it from us years ago.